Welcome to New York.
It is Sunday at New York Comic Con 2014. It's last day, and I'm here at Mezco because I am viciously attracted by this case you have over yonder with the 112 Collective. This is Batman and Judge Dredd. I know that you guys have shown off the Batman before.
Yes.
But Judge Dredd is definitely new to me. But speaking about Batman, now this project 112, this is 112 scale, obviously.
Correct, yes.
So I'm able to do some of that math.
Uh-huh.
What led you guys to want to enter into that scale? Like I know right now 1/6 and the Mego style scale are both very popular. But what was the decision that led you guys to 112?
1/12 is a scale that we've loved for a very long time, and not a lot of people are doing 1/12 well, and no one's doing 1/12 like we want to do it. So we saw an opportunity, and that's where we're going. To do a 1/12 figure with this much articulation, over 30 points of articulation, to use real cloth clothing, to have all the accessories that you could ever want. This is kind of like, well, let me say, Mezco is a company filled with nerds.
All right.
And sometimes it's not good to have the inmates run the asylum, but in this case, it's really working out well.
Yeah.
Because with many lines, you go, oh, I wish we could do this, but for budgetary reasons you can't. Or I wish we could do that, and the licensor's saying no. With this line, pretty much anything we could dream of, we can make a reality.
Yeah.
So whereas it used to be, you can't have 3 sets of hands. It's like, oh, let's make 3 sets of hands.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't have a metal grappling hook. And it's like, oh, we can do a great grappling hook. And it's like, Batman doesn't have a gun. And it's like, ooh, Frank Miller's Batman does have a gun. So
you guys just have like a whiteboard and you're able to pretty much like just write up there, all right, bullet point.
Well, you know, that's an excellent point, because almost every time there's a project, there's a whiteboard and there's like 20 suggestions and 18 get wiped off. This is one where 20 suggestions got written and 20 suggestions got done.
Yeah.
And it's one of the most amazing figures that we've ever worked on, and it's one of the most amazing lines we've ever worked on. And the feedback from the fans is just tremendous.
Yeah.
So we know that we're doing something right, and we're really excited. And as you pointed out, it's called the 112 Collective, and it premieres January 12th.
Oh,
so
Jiminy
112.
I like that dedication to the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 112, it's a scale, like, I don't see that scale even called out by number very often outside of like some of the 3A stuff that's come out in past years.
And train sets.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what had drawn me to that 3A stuff many years ago when they were still focused on 112.
Mm-hmm.
And that seeing like a full outfit done over $1.
Yes.
On this scale. I find that really exciting because I love seeing how people try to solve the issue of tailoring stuff that small.
Yeah, very few people realize how difficult it is to make clothing in scale.
Yeah.
Because even if you take my shirt or your shirt, even if you have a tiny tailor, let's go in the world of fancy here.
Yeah.
If you have a tiny tailor and they cut this fabric in that size, it's not the right scale anymore because the fabric is too thick.
Yeah.
But you can't really make fabric as thin as it should be because then it tears.
Yeah.
So it's really a challenge to get fabric to look and feel right, and through black magic, I guess, we've gotten it to work.
I was going to ask, like, was that a lot of your development time on this thing, trying to solve the issue of like getting a bat suit basically done?
It was several different teams working in conjunction, working articulation, working on sculpting, working on the fabric, and they all managed to make magic happen and make one of the best Batmen ever.
Well, for articulation, that's something I had a question about because I mean his buck is, it's underneath the uniform. Clearly he's posable.
Yes.
So you guys, it looks like you went for like as much posability as you could go for in there.
Yes, 32 points.
Right.
I think he's 32 points. It might be 33. It's more than 30. Let's say more than 30.
30 plus.
Yes.
Because also it's nice to see posability focused on.
Yes.
Like, especially on an American toy venture where there's a trend towards like more like going for the sculpt or the look over the playability.
Yes.
And this feels like a very playable piece.
Oh, indeed. As a matter of fact, this is the piece that I think we all wished we had when we were, younger. And heck, I still want one now. But if I were 8 and had this, my head would have exploded.
My head may well explode.
Yes.
Also, the cape seems to hang really well. Do you know if is that like a heavier material or is it?
It is, and it also has a wire in it.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so there's lots of posability, even with the cape.
it's a fun way to mess around with something on a level we didn't really get to do on that scale very often.
Exactly.
Until a few years ago.
Yes.
So so Batman, clearly it's the Frank Miller Batman. You guys are covering a couple of iconic colorways. I don't know. Are you guys using the colorway term, or you just calling it color
No, we'll
schemes?
say colorways. Sure.
All right. So Batman, like that's all happening. He's January 12th. But you guys dropped Dredd on me here. Now,
Yes.
the recent film kind of rekindled me for Dredd, and I've been waiting for a Judge Dredd figure that feels like the one I want. So with him, now he's clearly not—he's not wearing a body sock like Batman.
He
does.
is.
He?
Yeah,
Like,
you
so
didn't notice it. It's scale leather. Well, it's not real leather. It's pleather.
Yeah. Oh, but it's not like the body sock kind of like spandex deal. Like that's actual like the thicker material.
Right.
Cool. And is he? So he's like, is he the same buck as Batman, or is
No,
he
he's a different buck, but he's just as posable.
Awesome.
So he'll have super articulation. He'll have, well, Judge Dredd, I think Judge Dredd may actually have more accessories than Batman because, he has a wider array of weapons.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, I've been a Judge Dredd fan for so long that years ago, I used to have a friend in England send me the weekly comics once a month. And I think that was pre-FedEx. So
it's pricey.
Yes. but that's how big a Judge Dredd fan I am. And I have a small place in my heart for Walter the Wobot, who we probably won't be making, unfortunately. But Judge Dredd has been a true labor of love. And you can see how much detailing we've put in there, especially with the zipper. Getting a zipper in scale is almost impossible.
Yeah.
And even the chain, which is real metal, is in scale with the comics and with the figure. So he is a tremendous figure, and I almost like him more than Batman, but
I'm not gonna lie. I think Judge Dredd is just a cooler looking figure than Batman, just in my own tastes.
well, it's all a matter of taste.
Yeah.
But they're both amazing figures. Judge Dredd is great, and Judge Dredd is something that so many fans have been clamoring for. I think Judge Dredd fans kind of get the short end of the stick a lot.
A lot of I'm one of the many who was really, really inspired by the Dredd film.
Yes.
And there were many 1/6 scale Dredd projects that have half started and kind of gone into limbo.
Yeah.
And something that can satisfy that figure need.
Yes, indeed.
Is something that we've been waiting for. At least I can speak for myself and at least 3 other people.
Sure.
That's 4 people who are going to, at the very least.
Excellent.
So Dredd, is there any kind of projected release date for him
It's
yet?
2015, but I don't have a date. I believe he's in the first quarter, though.
Okay. And is this going to be, do you think, indicative of 112 going forward, kind of focusing on like primary main comic book cover characters?
I wouldn't really want to say that, and we can't say what we're working on, but I can tell you that we're going to make a lot of people happy, and a lot of people are going to be very excited, and many dreams will come true.
I'm all right with that.
Alrighty.
I got a dream of owning a horse. Can that come true?
I don't know if that'll come true.
What about if he has a jetpack? Okay, anyway.
If he's in 1/12 scale, maybe.
Is there a chance we could see like a 1/12 horse for Batman? Or a 1/12 vehicle for Dredd somewhere down the line? Like
I can neither confirm or deny those rumors.
Oh, jeez. All right. Because it's a scale that is like it's like the topmost scale that still lends itself to, if not vehicles, at least larger, I guess, accessories.
Yes.
Add-ons.
Yes, definitely.
So you guys are pretty much like, is this kind of like a big focus for you this coming year? Like, you're planning for multiple releases 2015? Or?
Yes, there will be multiple releases in 2015, and this certainly is a big focus. But we have so many focuses in the company because we do so much Breaking Bad. We do the Sons of Anarchy, the Living Dead dolls, which will be entering in their 17th year next year. So there's many different factions in Mezco, each working on their different projects, and 1/12 is certainly taking a lot of our attention, but it doesn't mean we'll be slacking off on the other things.
Well, I'm sure someone is immediately yelling this question at the monitor, because that's what we do. Is there a chance we could see Walter White appear in 1/12?
I can't say what we're working on next, but we do have that license, so it's a possibility.
Okay, that's the main thing I want to know.
Yeah.
Any license you guys currently have, it's not impossible for it to show up in 1/12.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with the way licenses work, sometimes I'm never sure if so there's the license for like the 18-inch, but that's not the one for the 6-inch.
Right. No, anything we have a license for, we also have the 1/12 for.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's about it, I guess, so far for the info I can think of.
Super. Well, it was great talking to you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Comic-Con.
Yeah, you too. And I'm looking forward to seeing that Batman come out. I want to mess around with that thing.
Excellent. Well, pre-order now because they're nearly sold out.
All right. Well, thanks very much.
Thank you.